Hello, this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. With part 2 of my pop-up flower cards, I have decided to put this into 2 videos because the first card was taking a bit too long. This one I think is much quicker. I have cut 6 circles with a circle die. Give you the measurements again. Mine is 5 1/4 wide, but it doesn't matter. They all have to be the same size though. And you need to fold these into 8 parts. So fold them that way, fold it this way, basically lining this score up, line up with this score line. Also make sure you burnish these properly. And then you fold it this way, lining this score line up with the one on top and the same on the other side. And then you fold this over and you line the middle score line up with a middle score line there. And that leaves you with 8 sections. So then you need to fold this up like this. Fold this over there, fold this on the back and fold this on the back. So you're left with the width of 1 petal. We now need to cut the petal shape. So just going from the top, just going down here, just eyeballing it. Mine's a bit wonky, I think I have to use my eraser on that. And then you just cut this. So when you would open it up, you've got this shape here. So now what you need to do is you need to fold it so that if you fold it in half, you then need to fold these lines in here this way, and the same with the middle line here. Score line needs to be folded in to the inside. Can you see? Let me just do it quickly and then show you how you need to line this up. Can you see? This is what you need. And you now need to do this 6 times. So we need 6 of those. And I quickly do mine off camera. So I've cut all my pieces and folded them. I just wanted to show you that I've also ink blended on both sides. Not much of that will show. You can also use your alcohol markers, and obviously you can also use different petal shapes. In hindsight, because my patterned paper I'm using is actually daisies, I could have had more of a rounder shape, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just folding this in again. It's a bit tricky to start with, but once it's in place, it's fine. So if you don't find it goes in on one side, just try a different area. So put that in again. There we go. And the important thing is once you've folded it, sometimes they're not exact the lines, just use your bone folder and enforce it, and then it will stay in place. So before we glue the flowers down, I want to show you the original video. I will link to that below, that used a butterfly. The person in the video, they created their own butterfly. They drew it, coloured it in. I'm a bit lazy when it comes to that. I could have stamped one and fussy cut it, but I've got a butterfly die. Just show you that one here. It's this big one here, and I gathered that I can just use the top one because it's the easiest one to cut apart, and just cut this off here. The important thing that you've got is that you've got a fairly symmetrical one. This one's missing a little bit there at the body, but it doesn't matter because we're going to put a fold in this anyway. So I'm just taking my ruler. Could use a silicone mat underneath, but I think this will be fine. And I'm just putting between the antennae there, just setting it aside a little bit. I'm just using my bone folder, and I'm just putting a score line down there so it'll be easier to fold. So as I said, the body will probably be a bit off center, but that will be fine there, so that it will fold. This, by the way, is not paper, this is cardstock, but not super heavyweight cardstock, so that'll be fine. I've also cut a little strip here. This measures 2 inches by just over ½ inch, and what you need to do is I've rounded it off a little bit as I suggested in the video. This will go on the body here, so you don't want it wider than that bit. And you put a little score line here. I rounded it with my scissors, you can use your corner rounder. And you do the same on the other side. I just did it by hand in the video. And you just fold these tops over. And I will find a matching yellow, because what we need to do is we put glue here on the inside and then on the tabs, and you basically glue the butterfly in between, so you've got him on this little piece here. So I quickly do this off camera. After my experience with the first card and the wet glue, I decided to use double-sided adhesive with this one, as they do in the video that I got this idea from. I'm going to link to that below, by the way, if I haven't mentioned that yet. So I've got this roll here. This is really cheap. I get that for 89p in a local store. I just cut little squares here, but I think on the second layer I will just use triangles, because you only want the glue here at the bottom of the base where you've inked up. So I can peel this off now. Don't have the best fingernails for that today. So, and I have to align that, keeping in mind that I need some space at the bottom next to the score line. So just think how high or low I want this before I press it down. Yeah, go about here. I could actually work out the middle of that panel and work it out there. So don't want it on the score line, because you don't want it to obstruct the score line, but you don't want it too far away either. So this one goes here. So, and then we will have 2 more on the other side. I will quickly do this now, not bore you with me peeling the release paper off, and then I'll show you how we put the other 2 on. So these petals are all stuck down. As I said before, with this one here, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but I only put a triangle on the bottom here. And this now gets aligned basically on these 2 petals here. So just get that in the middle there, and when you've got it in the right place, just press it down. And the same on the other side. Align it. When you've got it in place, press it down. So I've also put tape here on either side of that tab, and I just need to place this down here. Whichever card shape you have and whichever flower size, make sure that this element doesn't stick out on the card. Mine is definitely fine, and I just pop this here. This is what they do in the video. Just, I'm sure they do, yeah. I'm sure they pop it here on that level, and then just close the card up. And then if it's gone all right, and if I haven't messed it up, when I open it up, yeah, the flower opens up like this, and we've got the butterfly in the middle. So ideally it would open up a little bit more, the butterfly, but maybe the recipient will then open it up for them. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is quite nice, quite effective. And as with the other card, I will decorate the outside a little bit with maybe some of the same paper. And yeah, I think again this would fit into an envelope. It's not too bulky and it's quite nice. I'll tell you what I will do. I will definitely put some more butterflies on the outside, because that would be really nice as a feature on there. Could even get the whole lot on there, and then just with the same pattern paper as the background. The antenna there suffers a little bit, so not quite sure how long that will hold up. I think it's the way it's just folded over. But yeah, another little card. Yeah, if you like this video too, and you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. What I did forget to say is the original video had some leaves underneath this plant here. I decided against that on this background, although on second thoughts I might just add some, and I could easily pop them underneath. So you might see some leaves in my thumbprint on this video, or even I might even pop a photo here at the end. So I'll see you soon with another video.